is the NBA on NBC. The 1993 NBA playoffs. Today, it's the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Phoenix Suns.
High noon in Arizona's capital city, the America West Arena, the scene. Game 2, the Phoenix Suns trying to rebound from a stunning loss to the Lakers Friday night. The tip-off after these words. This is Dick Enberg with Magic Johnson and Hannah Storm. Welcome to Phoenix, Arizona, Game 2 of this Western Series. Charles Barkley led the Suns, although in defeat with 34 Friday night. And there's the story. Kevin Johnson, who has missed 33 games this year because of injury, and out the last 10 days with a knee strain, suffered in a celebration when Barkley hit a last-second shot in Portland, returns to the Phoenix lineup. Did not suit up on Friday. It helps them not only offensively, Magic Johnson, but where your eyes light up is he will help defensively.
No question about it. Sedale scored 35 points in game 1, and they expect Kevin Johnson to come in and shut him down and at least, cut some of that point production down.
The Lakers lost all 5 regular season meetings with Phoenix and then upset them Friday. They'll jump it again. And you talked about Laker pride. Even though it's been a while since the championship years, there are 3 members on this Laker team that have championship rings. And some of that emerged in the attitude of Los Angeles Friday.
Well, you got Byron Scott, A.C. Green, and James Worthy. Between all of them, they have 8 championship rings, and that's a lot of Laker pride right there. And that's what Laker basketball is all about.
Richard Dumas has had a brilliant rookie season. Marley had trouble shooting Friday and misses his first attempt today. Divac ahead to Sedale 3.
What the fans can look for, what the Lakers are going to do is they're going to say, hey, okay, Charles, we're going to let you get your points, but the Lakers are going to try to shut down everybody else.
Divac with a soft hook shot to give L.A. a 2-0 lead. You saw in that first sequence that Kevin Johnson right out on 3 and bumping him hard defensively.
Well, what you don't want to do with Sedale 3, you don't want to let him go to his left. If you go to his left, he's going to knock it down every time. So you want to try to force him to his right to shoot his jump shot.
Barkley, little pump fake and a block by Campbell. Recovered by Divac, ahead to Scott. Johnson chasing, and Johnson gets a hand in there and picks up the foul.
Well, you can see that Kevin Johnson could not explode. The normal Kevin Johnson would have ran that ball down before Byron Scott and came up with a steal. But right here, you can see he's really hobbling to get back and ended up with the foul. That's Kevin Johnson.
Byron Scott, who has had a year that has been a test of his maturity, and he has announced that he will not be a Laker next year.
Well, the Lakers, Jerry West, Dr. Buck are caught in a tough situation. They have veteran players who've been with the Lakers for a long time. They had to now make a decision whether to bring Byron Scott back. They know in their hearts and their mind they love him for what he has accomplished, but they must move Anthony Peeling, a younger player.
So Scott misses both, and Dumas misses at the other end. Barkley in a crowd. A.C. Green comes out 2-on-2 with Scott. And the veteran Scott, who played here in the state of Arizona. Arizona State has a 4-0 Laker lead.
For the Lakers, you can look for the tempo to be run some, set up a lot. What they want to do is get the Phoenix Suns in a tempo of really a walk-up tempo, not really let them get out into their open court game, because when Phoenix is running, they can beat anybody in this league. That's why they won 62 games this season.
Divac with a foul. Kevin Johnson's first shot. Welcome back.
Well, what happened is Sedale 3 got caught going up under that pick, and KJ recognized that and pulled up for his patented jump shot.
And 3 just not nearly as successful shooting going to the right as Magic pointed out. And they forced him right on that occasion. Dumas. Richard Dumas, who averaged nearly 16 a game in his first season in the NBA. Ties it at 4.
Well, that was a good shot for Richard because in game one, he really struggled against the Lakers.
Mark West jumping out on 3. AC Green way outside. Marley rebounds. Dumas can fly. It counts, and he is fouled by 3.
Dick, what the Lakers cannot afford to do is get into taking long shots and quick shots. Because once you take a long jump shot or a quick shot, here come the Phoenix Suns running, and nobody in basketball gets out faster on the fast break and can finish better than the Phoenix Suns.
And Dumas, who almost reminds you of a young Worthy the way he finishes off the break.
Oh yeah, he he can dunk. He's strong, and the thing I like about him is once that ball turns over, Dick, he is in that lane. He wants that ball. He wants that dunk.
Dumas with 5 of the Phoenix 7 points, and Johnson hawking Sedale 3. And does not allow him to shoot, and that's the roar you hear. Marley trying for the steal. Dumas to Johnson. Well, they missed their first 4 shots, and now they've made 4 in a row. Oberon, no, the foul on Marley, who had forced Scott into the backcourt, so the official was in a bind. He had to call something, and rather than a backcourt violation, Marley who gave a little shove.
Yeah, well, like you said, it's like one of those no-call situations, but since he did go in the backcourt, he had to call something. It's too bad for Dan Marley because it's like a foul the referee didn't really want to call.
Divac to Scott. Nice move by Scott. And Byron, who had 22 points Friday, nails his 4th point.
Well, what's happening is they're catching Dan Marley leaning to help. And then Byron Scott, they're passing it to Byron and catching Dan trying to recover, and it's too late on Byron. You got to stay up on Byron. But Byron is playing well right now.
Johnson looking inside for West. Divac comes out on the double team, and an illegal defense called against the Lakers' AC Green. That's the warning. AC, who's had a solid year and a down season for the Lakers and will be an unrestricted free agent. He can go anywhere he wants after this season. Some are speculating it'll be Portland, his hometown. Barkley. Out to Scott.
They had to come up with a lot of money to do that.
Lakers want to keep him, obviously. Scott, it rings out. Kevin Johnson really threw that one up there, but Barkley in the right place. Barkley still looking for his first points, and Dumas saves it for Barkley. He's 0 for 4.
Okay, right now, what happened in game 1? The Lakers out-hustled the Phoenix Suns. Right now, in this first quarter, the Suns are out-hustling the Lakers. 2 or 3 shots. You cannot give the home team that many opportunities because they're going to burn you.
The big men play a little give and go as Eldon Campbell sets up Divac, and it's the Suns by 1. Johnson comes out firing, and Kevin Johnson has 6 points.
Dick, again, that's 2 in a row. Sedale's going to have to trail him on the pick and roll instead of going up under because that's a 12-footer for Kevin Johnson. He's going to make that all afternoon.
Fans want it traveling on Divac. Eldon Campbell out to Kevin Johnson. Marley ahead. Dumas loses it to Campbell.
See, the normal Kevin Johnson would have blew right past Sedale in the open court, so you know he's not 100%. And that way, that's the reason why he came up with the turnover, because he was unsure of himself.
No foul as Johnson got the ball. 2-on-2 to Marley. And a foul will be on Byron Scott with a timeout. 6:39 remaining in the opening quarter. And the Suns shine 11-8. Top candidate, NBA Most Valuable Player this year. Today, a game plan, and it doesn't involve himself.
I want to try to get other guys involved because we had a lot of guys who didn't play particularly well, and I want to make sure to build their confidence because it's going to be tough on us when we go to LA. And I don't want to be in the city because I could come out and score pretty much whatever. But my confidence doesn't waver. But we got to get our young guys who we are counting on. Oliver Miller, Richard Dumas, Cedric Ceballos, Miguel Knight. Those guys struggled somewhat, and we got to get their confidence level up.
So Barkley already thinking ahead to Game 3, trying to get the youngsters more involved as they head to Los Angeles for 3 and 4.
What happens, he understands when you go on the road, you must now make even a greater effort than you do at home. And you have to play even more intense, and you have to play better because it's tough in a playoff situation winning on the road.
Dan Marley's first point of the game makes it 12-8. At this point in Game 1, as Divac's way outside, Barkley rips it down. Sedale Threed had 9 points in Game 1 at this point. He's yet to score today. Kevin Johnson, on the other hand, has 6, misses badly on that one. Worthy, James Worthy in the game for the first time. Worthy with the ball. 3 times he has won championship rings with the Lakers. Eldon Campbell way off the mark, and Barkley another rebound, his 5th already.
See what happened.
Oh, my. Barkley didn't step over Divac, stepped on him, and he gets the foul.
You got that right. He stepped on him. Plus, they're gonna get what? 2 fouls.
Flagrant foul.
Yeah, 2 foul shots and the ball out of bounds.
Well, those are the lapses that are upsetting the Phoenix fans and coaches. Of course, Divac acted it out thoroughly.
He's been in Hollywood. he's accustomed to L.A. now. Look at this. Oh!
That looked like a wrestling move.
Yeah, one of those fake jobs. Vladdy, boy, you've been in America too long. He's Americanized.
Barkley said the next time you won't have to act it.
That's right.
So 2 give points to the Lakers, and more importantly, Phoenix had the ball, so they've given up 2 points and the ball, and now the Lakers can make that almost a 6-point switch.
Well, you know, it's funny because sometimes Charles do things and he does them for himself more than for the team or whatever, and the fans here have to just understand that.
Campbell trying to get his own rebound. It's Divac with it.
Maybe he was trying to intimidate Vladdy or something like that.
Worthy inside to Campbell. 15 on the shot clock. Lakers down by 2. Knocked away by Barkley. Marley for 3. Oh, he's icy. He was 0 for 6 on Friday night. No basket. Foul will be on Worthy.
You know why he's cold, Dick? Okay, like that time, he should have took the 2. He bagged up to the 3-point line as the ball was coming. So, you know, you're thinking about where's the line instead of thinking about the shot. Dan Marley should just say, hey, let me get a layup, let me get a 10-footer, get myself into the rhythm, into the flow of the game, then go out to the 3-point line.
There's Barkley hitting the fall away. His first points. He's now 1 for 6.
You know, he's amazing. Every time he does something crazy or something, non-basketball, which he shouldn't do, something mental play, he always comes back strong with a play like that.
As he just pointed out, he does not lack confidence.
Not at all.
Worthy. Oh, Divac's a tiger on the boards. That's his 5th. Scott for 3. And when he can set there and got a good look at the basket, he's tough from 3-point range. 7 for him.
He's one of the best. If he gets his feet set, hey, look out. And then also, he's having a good game. He had a good first game. Now it's carrying over to this game. Byron Scott really playing well.
Campbell slow getting out on Barkley, who hits 2 in a row. 4:23 left in the first quarter. The Phoenix Suns, the winningest team in the NBA this year, losing on Friday night, up by 3. Divac. Oops. That'll be a turnover. Actually had committed one earlier the fans wanted, and then when he rolled it on the dribble, it goes to Phoenix.
Credit Dan Marley with this turnover. Watch him. He's like fake at Vladdy to make him think I'm coming to help, but no, I'm actually getting back to Byron, and he made him turn it over, made him travel.
Eldon Campbell out, and AC Green returns for the Lakers. West through a crowd, touched by a Laker. Divac's a piece of it. Vlade Divac. There are times when the Lakers feel they've got the real jewel, and other times they wonder if the old car is rusty at a young age. Marley, a two-pointer.
He moved. That's it, Dick. See, he moved with inside the line. Okay, I hit one. Let me hit another one. Now I move back outside the three-point line. Now I'm on. I'm ready. That's what you have to do when you're struggling. Quit worrying about the three-point shot. Move in closer.
Kevin Johnson doing a terrific job in shutting out three so far. Worthy, and it goes in off a Sun. Divac was closest, so he will be credited with a basket. But it appeared a Phoenix Sun knocked it in.
Charles Barkley. Look at the replay here. Watch Vlade and Charles. There's Charles. Oh, thanks, Charles. And Vlade came out the crowd like, hey, I tipped it in.
Well, they're going to give credit to Worthy, although Divac was closest. The runner by Marley, the tip by West, and a foul. Second on James Worthy. Game one, the key to the Laker victory. The starting backcourt, Threet with 35 and Scott 22 for 57 for the Lakers, while Knight for Kevin Johnson and Marley had only 19 points. Yet Phoenix still only defeated by 4 points. But Threet had a career game.
But you can see the difference today is that KJ, Kevin Johnson, knowing how to play Sedale, is now back playing. Now, when you use a guy 5 times during the regular season, you know how to play him, see? And that's the thing that KJ is giving them good defense right now.
And Phoenix with the lead, 19-15 with 3:19 to go in the opening period.
Okay, the pick and roll Friday had Sedale 3 coming off. Vlade right here setting the pick. Now, Friday, they let him come off without a double team. But today, stop right there. Here's Mark West now, and KJ coming over. They have like a semi-double team. Mark's going to stay until KJ comes back. There you go. The difference between today and Friday is the fact that Friday, they let him come off, no help. Today, help, and they're stopping him from having a clear open jump shot.
And Sedale Threet, no points with 3:19 to go in this first quarter, and credit Kevin Johnson's knowledge and how to defend him and his tenacity.
You know, this telestrator has really helped.
That's a magic pad. That's not the telestrator.
All right.
That's magic pad.
The magic pad has really helped to let fans understand the game. You know, on a play like that, which is a simple play, but it really helps fans to understand what teams try to do on the pick and roll, which is a big play in everybody's playbook.
Worthy had it almost picked off by Dumas from behind. Veteran James Edwards is in the post now for the Lakers. Divac with 2 fouls rested. Worthy. He's 0 for 3 and a foul. It'll go against West of Phoenix. AC Green had good position.
Well, he's inside here, and what Mark West does is put both of his hands, pushes him out of bounds. Good call right there by the referee. He was right on top of it.
Arkansas rookie Oliver Miller, 6'9", comes in for West. Miller had a big season defensively, 100 blocks in limited playing time. That was 15th best in the league. 2:44 to go in the first quarter. Lakers down by 4. Scott, three-pointer. He's hit 2 of them, and the Lakers draw within 1.
Dan Marley is continually to help off of Byron Scott. You cannot help off of Byron Scott and give him that wide-open shot.
Johnson with one of his drives hit the underside of the basket. Green to 3, but throw it away, and Marley hustles back to get it.
Man, it was a good outlet pass, but threw it on the wrong side.
And Edwards, jumping in front of Dumas, picks up the foul for Los Angeles. Doug Christie about to come in for the Lakers. Randy Fund, the first-year coach of Los Angeles, a final word. He goes in for 3. So Phoenix, if their game plan was to shut down Sedale Threet, boy, they've done it perfectly. Not a point, and it looks as if Threet's probably through for this first quarter.
They've done it defensively. KJ's done a good job on Sedale, but they're not doing it offensively. See, the pace of the game is too slow for Phoenix. They now have to pick the pace up to make the Lakers try to get into a scatter game with them. And once the Lakers do that, then Phoenix have them. But at this pace, if the Lakers can hang around and steal this game just like they did in Game 1. See, this game is just a slow, good pace for the Lakers.
Christie and Scott now, the Laker backcourt. Edwards, Green, and Worthy. This is a lineup that Randy Funn didn't use all that much during the regular year. Edwards didn't see much playing time. Veteran hits his first shot. He has a couple of rings with the Pistons.
No question. And the reason he's in there is because Oliver is in there for the Phoenix Suns. See, they feel that James Worthy can score on Oliver Miller, and that's the reason they're using him instead of Benoit Benjamin.
Barkley, wide open, blocked beautifully by Christie. Young man from Pepperdine at 6'6", showing his tremendous talent.
He jumped off of 2 feet and went up high to block this. Watch this here. Off of 2 feet. Oh, get it out of here. Rookie on rookie.
Christie was the talent picked up in the trade with Seattle at midseason, actually in February, with Benoit Benjamin also coming to the Lakers. Sam Perkins going to the Sonics. Johnson sets up Dumas. And Richard Dumas has 9 points. He played a couple of years at Oklahoma State.
You know who he dunks like? He dunks like Dr. J. Real hard and with authority.
Christie having trouble handling the ball, and they call it a turnover. Oh, no, it's inside, and a foul on Edwards.
Well, you got great penetration right here by KJ into Dumas real hard. Man, nobody would jump up at the hoop at him defensively. He jumps in there tough.
Approaching the 1-minute mark here in the first quarter. Johnson underneath. And AC Green with a rebound, Lakers. He has 4. Marley on Scott. Marley all over the court. Scott open for the 3 in a row. Not that time. Marley gets the rebound. 40 seconds to go in the quarter. Oliver Miller to Dumas. And a foul on Scott. He saved a sure 2.
One thing about Oliver Miller, for a big man, he can pass the ball. He has good touch, a good feel for the game. And what he did that time, he came up for the shot, and then he saw at the last minute that Dumas was open and threw it over to him. Good pass. Good play by the big man. And he's lost a lot of weight, too. What, about 40 pounds, I think.
Right, he even went into the hospital in the earlier part of this year because of the strict diet.
And also, I think they said that he hired a cook now to maintain, to make sure the weight stays off.
Veteran Tom Chambers into the Phoenix lineup, and Barkley will be rested for the final seconds of the first. He leaves with 4 points. Christie last touched it. No, they say it was Dumas diving for it that hit it last. Fans didn't like the call. So 23-20 Phoenix. About 2 seconds difference in the shot and game clocks.
Got a mismatch down there with AC.
Worthy trying the 3 and a foul. Kevin Johnson down in the post trying to defend gets the call, his second.
Well, he had AC Green down there, and he was trying to push him out, and they called him for 2 hands in the back, pushing AC out off the block. But see, here you have KJ on a big man, AC Green. See, you can't have 2 hands in the back. And see, he pushed him with his 2 hand. That's disallowed this season. That rule just got put in this season, and so good call there by the referee. The crowd is really into this game, but in terms of booing, bad calls, or different things, but the Phoenix Suns as a team has not gotten them really to roaring yet because they're not running.
Green still in search of his first point as veteran Danny Ainge, who won a couple of championship rings, while a member of the Boston Celtics comes in. Oliver Miller out. Byron Scott out for the Lakers, and Tony Smith makes his first appearance.
And that's what Danny gives this team. Somebody who has one, because no other player on the Phoenix Suns team has even played in a championship, not alone has won one.
Green gets 1 out of 2, and the Phoenix lead is 2 with 10.9 seconds left. This is where they like to go to Marley for that 3, and he's set up over here. Instead to Dumas, and a penalty. 3 seconds to go. Foul on Eldon Campbell is first. Oliver Miller will check back in. Campbell, you felt in watching the game on Friday Night Magic, Eldon Campbell played as well as you've ever seen him.
That was the best game that Eldon Campbell has ever played, in my opinion. He went after one ball for the first time. He gave 3 efforts. I've never seen him do that in all the games I either played with him or have watched him play in. But the guy, Eldon, is maturing. It looked like he understands now what it is he has to do on this Laker team, and also what he has to do to become a better basketball player. And he's a restricted free agent at the end of this season, so maybe he's making no effort because he wants all that money.
2 seconds to go. It will not count as Oliver Miller from midcourt. Byron Scott with 10 points to lead all scorers in the first quarter, picking up on his great play on Friday night in Game 1 when he hit for 22. But it's Phoenix needing a win, up by 3 at the break. Welcome back to the America West Arena, this beautiful facility in downtown Phoenix. Playoff experience, and the Lakers worthy Scott and Green. Look at those numbers, and when you talked about pride, and I then asked these players this morning about it, they said each of them talked to their younger teammates about, hey, when you win a championship and you get one of these rings, that's what it's all about. And they were stung by the commentary that they didn't have any chance in the world of winning a game against Phoenix in this series.
Yeah, they took it as a slap against them, and they just came out here to show everybody why they were successful. We were as a team in the 80s, and like I said, pride just came out.
AC Green doesn't get the roll, and he is fouled. That would have been the opportunity for a three-pointer and a tie it up.
And this is the workhorse of the Laker team. This is the guy who gives them the enthusiasm, who also gives them the work ethic, AC Green. And if any team's going to sign him, I don't care if it's Portland or Lakers, whoever, they're going to have to come with a truckload of money because he deserves it and he has earned it. But I'm sure that nobody will pay more than Jerry Buss. So whoever's going to come with that money better come strong.
Lakers now are 3 for 7 from the line. And barely that one. 4 for 8. 24-22 Phoenix. Whoops. Miller throws it through the hands of Marley.
See, what the fans should understand here is that Phoenix don't like to really set up half court unless they have Charles Barkley on the basketball court. Other than that, all these guys they have out there really can't make their own shot. They struggle in the half court game.
Green out there, saved nicely by Cedric Sabalas, who led the NBA in field goal percentage. Sabalas in for the first time. Marley hits the three.
Now that's what they have to do. They have to push the ball up quick, catch the Lakers coming back, and maybe hope for a long three like they just got from Dan Marley just then.
Marley just 6 for 21 in the series. That's his first three. James Worthy, muscle 8-footer for his fourth point. Ainge. Rebound Green. The rookie Christie on the dribble. Blocked by Miller. Foul could have been against Ainge or Miller.
Well, they got a little tangled up there, and I don't know who did what, but Danny and Doug Christie got tangled after they tried to get up.
They're going to call it against Christie.
Yeah, they start pushing each other after it's over. Yeah, this is an offensive foul here. The veteran Danny Ainge used his experience to bait Christie. Then after the play was over, they started like pushing and hitting one another, and the referee jumped in.
Sedale Threatt returns to the Laker lineup, replacing Christie.
This was a good move by Coach Fun because, hey, you know that KJ can handle him. Now let's see if Danny Ainge can guard him.
Out of bounds to the Lakers. So Threatt with 35 to spark the Lakers to the upset win in Game 1, looking for his first point today. We have 10:21 left in the half.
Well, this is a good note. When Sedale 3 scored 25 or more, which has been 9 times in the regular season, the following game after those 25 points or more, he's only averaging 14 points. So that's a good note. So maybe he's going to have a bad game.
There's Oliver Miller, who had 100 blocks during the regular season, rejecting Worthy. Marley for another 3. Ainge. Rebound Campbell, and open down court is Worthy. Marley hustles back, but the finger roll is there for Worthy, and Los Angeles just won't go away. They're down by 1.
Well, like I said, that the pace is slow. See, this is the Laker pace right here. They're going to hang around. As long as the pace is this slow, they're going to be in this ball game.
Good job by Campbell to misdirect the focus of Dan Marley, and a foul against Phoenix. And I believe it was on Marley, his second. A timeout with 9:26 left in the first half. A 1-point game.
Welcome back to America West Arena. Hannah Storm courtside with Suns president and CEO Jerry Colangelo. You are the man that built this team and built this arena. How gratifying is this scene to you today?
Well, it's great to see the crowd as much into it as they are. This town is crazy over the Suns, and we just have to come through now with the win.
We look at the top team in the East, the New York Knicks. They had 7 new players this season. You guys, the top team overall, you had 5 new players. Do you see any parallels in the way the organization's built winning teams?
Well, there's been quite a few parallels, and we're one that's going to continue to make changes until we get there.
Okay, thanks a lot, Jerry. You're on your way. Dick?
All right, Hannah. The mastermind of this Phoenix operation, Colangelo, made the trade of the year to get Barkley to come to the Southwest.
Not only the trade of the year to get Barkley, but also signing Danny Ainge, who was an unrestricted free agent. So both of them paid off for him.
Sedale Threatt's first points come on a 3. 3 for number 3. And the Lakers have reclaimed the lead at 29-27.
If the fans want to know how slow the pace of this game is, imagine this. The Phoenix Suns have 27 points in 15 minutes of play. Now, they averaged, the highest average among the league scoring this year was the Phoenix Suns. They averaged 113 points during the regular season, the best in the NBA. Right now, only have 27 points. This pace is Laker pace. They want it like this.
Threatt going for a couple in a row, and when he gets in the groove, watch out.
And which way did he go, Dick?
To the left.
When he goes to the left, you can almost count it. 2.
Foul underneath.
AC Green with an elbow to Danny Ainge's chest.
The Suns, who like the open court transition game, averaged 113.5 a game. Charlotte second and Golden State third. But that is not necessarily a good statistic if you want to win the title. As you can see, you have to go back a couple of decades to find the top scoring team winning the NBA title. Long pass to Tony Smith. He gets around Ainge, and the Lakers with 7 unanswered points here in the second quarter now have a 33-27 lead, their biggest of the game. And Phoenix wants a 22nd timeout.
Well, I told you earlier that every time when it's a playoff game, the pace always slows. And the next game is Atlanta and Chicago coming up next.
What do you think about that one? Easily in game 1?
I think what's going to happen, the Bulls will win this game, game 2, but they'll go back and struggle in Atlanta. Look for maybe a 4 or 5 game series in that series.
Dominique had 24 in game 1, and Michael with 35. And rumors have it that Wilkins won't be a Hawk next year. What do you think?
I think it's true. I think they feel Atlanta Hawks, they want to go young. They've been finishing in the 8th spot all the time. There's Charles and Kevin getting together saying, let's go, encouraging one another.
Last 3 minutes, the Lakers have scored 11 unanswered. Johnson jamming his way in, draws the foul, and it's on 3. His second.
He shouldn't have fouled him, Dick. What he should have let him do is shoot the ball, because he couldn't make it anyway. He was going to his left, and he couldn't get off but a poor shot. So why reach in and foul him? Now you make it easy for him, send him to the line.
Kevin Johnson, who grew up in Sacramento, played his college ball at Cal Berkeley, averaged 16 a game this year. Good free throw shooter, 82%.
Okay, here it is. You got KJ going to his weak arm in terms of his left. Now let him shoot. You got 3 men sitting down there to block his shot, even if he could get it off. Sometimes you got to understand which way the man is driving to his. If he's going to his forehand, which usually is a left for any guy, because most guys are right-handed, then let him go ahead and shoot it because he can't get off with a bad shot anyway.
Johnson's 2 free throws, breaking the 11-point run by the Lakers. Tony Smith, who played at Marquette. Divac, Mark West. Divac, tipped by Campbell. Rebound Campbell, and he draws the foul. And there's Campbell with a second effort again.
I can't believe it. He waited all the way to now to give 2 or 3 efforts. I tell you, this is something. I can't believe it. What? Here come Eldon flying in. There's 1 effort. Here's the second effort to go get the offensive board again. Then back up. Eldon Campbell is playing the best basketball of his life right now, these last 2 games.
3 rebounds and a block for Campbell. And he'll be back with the second free throw, but a break now at the 7:17 mark of this second period. The Laker hero, 2.5 years in Philadelphia. He was a teammate of Charles Barkley. In fact, he said when Barkley was a rookie, he was my errand guy.
I know Barkley, and we was roomies one time. Barkley used to go get milk for me. I used to tell him what to do when he wasn't Barkley, but I know Charles a long time, and those great years in Philly, I think both of us has matured. He matured quite faster than I did, but I'm coming around.
He said Barkley turned out the lights when they were roommates. He wasn't Barkley then, he was rookie.
Exactly, we all had to be rookies. I used to be Kareem's rookie. I used to go around getting hot dogs, popcorn for him all the time. And so every rookie has to go through that.
35-29, Campbell hitting both free throws, his first points of the game. Barkley only 2 for 9. Inside to Miller, and overpassing as he tried to get it to Mark West.
Well, credit the Laker defense with, first of all, rotating over quickly, not only to Oliver, but also down to Mark West to make Oliver turn the ball over.
3 for 3. Barkley pulls it away from his teammate. The second quarter was the undoing of Phoenix in game 1. They scored only 13 points, and they're having a rough time scoring here in this third period. Divac takes it away. Ahead to Green, West to deep. He scores.
Beautiful move by A.C. Green, but even a better pass by Vlade to outlet it. What they're doing to the Phoenix Suns, the fans can watch for every time that a shot goes up by a Laker player on their offensive end.
Goaltending on Divac.
They're coming up to stifle Kevin Johnson. Here it is right here. Now, you watch it. Vlade's going to double team him right here. Take it away. Eldon outlet. Oh, good pass. Good, even better move by AC. And then he looks.
Green with position inside to score, and on his back was Oliver Miller. 39-31 Lakers. And Phoenix in this second period with only 9 points.
Because again, it's
make that 7 points.
Half court. They're in a half court game. They don't operate too well in half court.
9 points.
You're staying corrected.
Barkley wanting to cover for me.
There you go.
5.5 to go before the intermission, and the surprising Lakers with a 6-point lead here in the Valley of the Sun. Campbell over Miller.
Is he playing, Dick? Is he playing? Man, this guy is playing good basketball. Been trying to get him to get to this point for a long time, but he is really playing good basketball.
Tony Smith knocks it away from KJ. Let's go back to this Campbell move.
Well, he went middle, then he pivoted, go baseline, and went off the glass. He's playing as well. Like I said, I hate to keep saying this, but it is true.
Well, you're saying a lot because you've been disappointed that he hasn't been playing like this the first couple of years.
Exactly, but he's coming out. He really wants it now. He really wants to improve. Tony Smith knocks it out of bounds, and he's really up on KJ. He knows Kevin well, that being Tony Smith, and he's really playing him tough.
Smith, the quickest hands on the Laker defense. 7 seconds on the shot clock now for Phoenix.
Well, he comes behind him and flicks it away, and then Kevin falls because that knee is not strong.
Barkley with 3. Over Campbell. Way short. It's 3. He saw Barkley behind him. He said, no, you don't.
Let's take a look and dissect Phoenix's offense. One pass and shot. One pass and shot. And that's why they're struggling. They're not moving the ball around or bodies.
Campbell over Chambers. West gets it. Out to Chambers. He dribbles it off his own foot. Marley hustling. Used his feet to control it.
You're right. He cannot do that. You know, credit Sedale 3 with good defense. If we got this on replay, watch what Sedale does to Tom Chambers, a guy who really doesn't want the ball. See, he really doesn't want it, and Sedale jumps right in front of him. Thank you for covering my back there.
Those producers and directors don't like you doing their job now, Magic. You just do. You play your role, and they'll do theirs.
Yeah. Well, good job. Thank you.
Eldon Campbell. He wants it inside. Campbell went down hard. Still down. Now he's up. Barkley behind the back to Chambers. And Tom Chambers has his first points.
Great pass by Charles that time, setting up Tom Chambers.
Timeout, says Sedale 3, with 4 minutes and a second left in the half. And the Los Angeles Lakers, the only playoff team with a losing record regular season, are up on Phoenix.
Up on the Prudential Halftime Report, a full playoff report as we update you on the status of the Celtics' Reggie Lewis, who missed yesterday's Game 2 in Boston against Charlotte. We'll bring you highlights of the Knicks' win against the Pacers earlier today, and we'll check in on a couple of Western Conference series. The Jazz and the Sonics, they play Game 2 tonight in Seattle, and the Rockets and Clippers, that series is tied up at 1 game apiece. Right now, back to Phoenix as we rejoin Dick Enberg and Magic Johnson.
All right, Bob will be with you at halftime. Here, the Phoenix Suns fans starting to wonder. It was almost too easy much of the home season, and an excellent road record as well. And the Lakers, a team they dominated, 5-0 regular season, giving them fits. Campbell will draw the foul, doesn't get the hoop. Chambers with his first foul.
You know, Randy Funn just called that timeout. Excellent. Randy Funn is doing an excellent job right now coaching. He did a great job in Game 1. Again, in this game, he saw that his team was getting a little ragged, wasn't executing on offense. He called a timeout to get them back into the frame of mind. Hey, we got to execute when we're on the offensive end. So Randy is doing a good job today.
Eldon Campbell now with 7 points. Of course, well documented. Randy Funn, the feeling in Los Angeles is that he may not be rehired by Laker management. Chambers. AC Green now has 8 rebounds and a foul in the backcourt on Mark West, and that'll be his second.
Dick, we got to point this out. You know what's beating the Phoenix Suns? Laker experience of being in the playoffs. See, this team, the Phoenix Suns, really don't know what it is to be in the playoffs and be the front team, be the team to beat in the league. And right now, I think they're feeling that pressure that they have to. They won 62 games, the best in the NBA. They were considered the best team, and now they're not playing like the best team, and they're struggling, and they don't know how to deal with it. And that's why the Lakers are doing what they're doing to them. Not only what they did in Game 1, but what they're doing right now in Game 2.
Meanwhile, the Lakers are wasting many free throw chances. 1 out of 2 for Lottie Divac. Free throw shooting for the Lakers, 7 for 14, only 50%. West, blocked by Campbell, gets it back and nails it. .42-37, Los Angeles approaching the 3-minute mark. Opening half. The New York Knicks winning their game 101-91, coming from behind against Indiana at the Garden earlier today. Campbell, Barkley. Tom Chambers as Barkley leading the break.
See, they're trying to run the offense through Eldon Campbell against Tom Chambers, who is not a very good defensive player. But he hasn't scored in the last 2 possessions. Now they have to come back with somebody else. That matchup is not working. Now they have to go with another matchup.
Divac way off the mark. The Suns on the run, and Chambers 42-41. Phoenix fast break points, 13-2. Lakers had led by 8 here in the quarter. Wide open is 3. And the Lakers have turned cold. Chambers wants it, and Campbell is the man with the block, his second. Wide open, Scott with Divac. And that's going to go against Scott. No basket.
Credit Charles Barkley with a great fake. He baited him like he wasn't going to take the charge. Then he ended up taking it where Byron really should have went up like he was going to shoot it and dumped it off to Vladdy. Good move by Charles Barkley. And you know what? Bad shots. Remember, I told you can't turn it over or take bad shots, and Phoenix can run. And that's what the Lakers been doing, taking bad shots.
Think Barkley's going to shoot? Phoenix has the lead. Points, 10 rebounds for Barkley, and a 20-second timeout by the Laker bench.
All right, here you got Charles Barkley, Eldon Campbell. There's no help coming, and you know he's just going to bag his way in and shoot right over Eldon Campbell. Though Charles has been responsible for this surge by the Phoenix Suns, he not only has done a good job getting the ball on the defensive end and outletting, but he also took a charge, and he's done it on the offensive end, making nice passes to Tom Chambers to score.
An 8-0 run for Phoenix, and Barkley in the midst of all the big plays.
That's a superstar. That's a leader, and he wants a championship.
So with 1:26 to go, Sir Charles rapping his gavel saying, "Wake up, men, and if you aren't, I'm going to show you how."
That's right. Sometimes you got to take the team on your back, put it on your back, and say, "Hey, I'm going to take you. I'm going to win this game," and that's what he's doing.
Lakers have missed the last 5 times down, and there's another turnover. No, Smith regains it. Whoa.
Lakers are playing with no poise right now. They lost their poise.
3. This is the 3, but Tony Smith, new 24 for the Lakers. Minute to go in the half. Phoenix by 1. Marley hawking 3.
All right, you got a mismatch either way. What are they going to do?
They double team Divac, and traveling on Divac.
See, for the first time in this series, they're coming unglued, that being the Lakers. They've been in this game, they've been leading because they've been taking their time, they've been poised, and now they're not.
Lakers have not scored a field goal the last 5 minutes of the half. And before the shot, foul against Phoenix. Mark West trying to clear out as his third.
You know what takes momentum from a team is really stupid fouls. See, there's no need for that. You got the momentum now. Keep the crowd into it. You got Charles going. Keep him going. Because, hey, this is an important time. If they had to hit that basket, the Lakers would have been down. Now the Lakers got a chance to regain the lead right here with this possession.
About 5-second difference in the shot and game clocks, and that'll be a foul holding on Sabalas. I'll make that Oliver Miller, his second.
That's easy to call. What are they booing for? That's easy. He had all his jersey.
Wait a minute. What are they booing for? You think the Laker crowd never boos? Come on.
Not on a play like that. That's uncalled for. That's easy.
Jack Nicholson might have been booing if that had been on L.A. at home.
But I'm saying that's too easy to call, though.
And the Wolf Wonderful free throw shooting for the Lakers continues. They are under 500 free throw shooting, 7 for 15.
If they lose this game, they're going to point to that right there. They're going to point right to that.
Divac misses them both. He is 2 for 6. Lakers get it back. Divac trying the three. Oh my! With 8.5 seconds left, Divac goes outside.
What's the difference between the free throw line and the three-point line? I mean, why can't he make free throws and he can make a three-pointer? It's an easier shot than free throw.
Barkley doesn't get it off. No basket. Barkley didn't quite get it off. That little stumble on his drive to the basket cost Phoenix a tie.
Well, here it is again. We're going to show it to you. It was real close, though, but the referees called it right. Right at the end. See, he's holding it, still holding it. Good call.
The little pump fake was the difference as the Los Angeles Lakers down, then up by 8. Phoenix with a great run late in the half. Lakers on Divac have a 2-point edge at the break.
To nothing in the early stages of these NBA playoffs. The Lakers already up 1-0, leading again at Phoenix, 45-43 at the half. Bob Costas back in New York. We're halfway through a very busy day. Game 1 of the triple-header was at Madison Square Garden. The Knicks and the Pacers going at it there. And some sarcastic Knick fans with mock Indiana playbooks. Malik Sealy misplaced his at JFK Airport earlier in the week, causing something of a fuss. New York plagued by turnovers early, as Anthony Mason's pass winds up on the Knick bench. Pat Riley less than thrilled about this development. Third quarter, Knicks battled back from a 16-point deficit. Mason leading a 12-2 run with this beautiful move to the bucket. Indiana's lead cut to 1 at that point at the end of 3. Fourth quarter, John Starks nails a three-pointer, giving the Knicks the lead for good. He had a team-high 29, also 11 assists. Patrick Ewing adding 25, offsetting Rick Smith's 29 for the Pacers. The Knicks take game 2, and with it, a 2-0 lead in the series. The winner of the Knicks and Pacers gets the winner of the Hornets and Celtics. That series is tied a game apiece with the third game tomorrow night in Charlotte. The crucial story is the health of Reggie Lewis. He collapsed on the court in game 1, didn't play in game 2 yesterday. It seems unlikely that he'll be available for game 3 tomorrow. While the Celtics practiced earlier today in Boston, Lewis remained in the hospital. He's not expected to make the trip with his teammates this evening to Charlotte. One guy who did make the trip down south is our Peter Vesey. He joins us from Charlotte with more on Reggie Lewis. Go ahead, Pete.
Bob, you think there'd be a lot of gloating down here by the Hornets after their win in Boston, but instead of talking trash, they're talking compassionately about Reggie Lewis, who played high school ball in Baltimore's Dunbar High School with David Wingate and Muggsy Bogues.
We're waiting the word on Reggie and see if Reggie in good health ourselves. You know, we all love Reggie. You know, he's at Baltimore connection with 2 guys on our team, so we kid Reggie and Muggsy and David a lot. And, you know, we want to see Reggie on the floor playing against us.
I'm real concerned about Reg right now. I wish he played Monday, and then that let me know that he's healthy, he's health-free, and good things are happening for him. But right now, I'm real concerned about him.
If you think Kevin McHale was effective in game 2, imagine how effective he would have been with Reggie Lewis in there. Then again, maybe that's why he got the ball so much. Back to you, Bob.
All right, Pete, thanks a lot. And when we come back, we'll shift our attention out west with a report from Seattle and another from Houston. That's after a message from Prudential and a word from the NBA. Playoff reports. Seattle and Utah go at it in game 2 of that series tonight at the Seattle Coliseum. Don Criqui is there. Don.
The criticism of Seattle has been the Sonics play impressively in the regular season, then they seem to crash land in the playoffs. Friday night they played great basketball, beating Utah in game 1 as 23-year-old Sean Kemp dominated the game, and Karl Malone. Both coaches feel that the outcome of this series could turn on that matchup.
If I was grading myself, I would probably give me about a C, maybe even a C-. I don't think I played the game that I was capable of playing or whatever, and I think I was maybe a little selfish in the standpoint that I was saying, okay, I'm sure my teammates will get that loose ball, and they get that loose ball, and obviously that's why he had 11 offensive rebounds. But I'm not taking it up on myself to turn this into a verbal back and forth Karl Malone against Sean Kemp. That was one game, and I'm going to go out and do the best job I can do in this second game. That's all I can do.
Utah is a team where they make adjustments to the person who's scoring the most points, so I'm sure they'll double team me a little bit more tonight, and I have to play through the double team and maybe pass the ball a little bit more.
Game 2 in best-of-5 play is always huge. The Jazz know if they win it, they get back home court advantage. But if Seattle wins again, the odds are great. The Sonics will advance. Now let's go back to Bob in New York.
Okay, Don, the Seattle-Utah winner gets the victor in the Houston-LA Clippers series. The Clips tied things last night at the Summit at a game apiece, and Game 3 is tomorrow night in Los Angeles. Gail Gardner was at the Rockets practice in Houston today.
Thanks, Bob. After winning 15 straight against the Clippers here at the Summit, the Rockets had one of the worst shooting nights in franchise history. Rookie forward Robert Horry has been hindered by tendonitis in his knee, but more importantly, they missed the fire of Vernon Maxwell, who claims he'll be back from his broken wrist sooner than anybody thinks.
Well, my intentions are hopefully to get the cast off Monday. Well, I am going to get it off Monday, and I will be ready for Game 4.
Vernon Maxwell really adds a lot to this team with his fire, his competitiveness. The guy loves the challenge, and you get into a playoff game, especially a physical playoff game, that's when Vern's at his best. And, I do have to say that we did miss him.
Last night, we were more on the defensive side, and they were attacking us because they had to win. And we didn't play our game because we were playing defensively, playing not to lose instead of playing to win. That was the difference.
Although the Rockets have lost their hard-fought home court edge, they are certainly not alone. And it pays to remember that they are one of the best road teams in the NBA, and that can only be helped by the return of Vernon Maxwell early. Let's go back to Bob in New York.
Gail, thanks a lot for the report. Let's talk a bit about the Lakers and the Suns, with LA up by 2 at 45-43 at the half. This despite shooting just 7 of 16 from the free throw line. It could be even worse for Phoenix. Of all the surprises we've seen in this first weekend of playoff competition, even if Phoenix comes back to win this game, the general tone of this series is the most shocking thing we've seen.
I don't think there's any question about that, but I think what you have to look at in this game, particularly with the score as it is, this is right where the Lakers want it. This is playoff basketball. The tempo is slowed down. The Suns like to move the ball up the court, get some easy three-pointers. The three-point shots aren't getting there because the Lakers have gotten the tempo, so they're all three doing a good job. I think Kevin Johnson is not being able to do the things he wants to do. He can get by, but he can't explode to the basket, so he's not giving them the kind of easy baskets they need to get. The tempo has to increase for the Suns to win this game.
Kevin Johnson with 8 points and 6 assists in the first half, and the Suns down by 2. We go back to Phoenix for the second half. In just a moment, Dick Enberg and Magic Johnson will rejoin you after these messages from your local station, and we'll see you later in the day.
This has been the Prudential Halftime Report, brought to you by the Prudential. Peace of mind. It comes with every piece of the rock.
We welcome you back with the 19,000 plus at the America West Arena in Phoenix, where the Los Angeles Lakers 45 and the Phoenix Suns 43, and Magic Johnson. The guys back in New York surprised at the Lakers, who continue to put the pressure on Phoenix, and Phoenix not shooting well in the first half.
Well, I'm not really surprised, because when you have the best record in basketball and you're supposed to be the best team, the pressure is on you. This is new for the Phoenix Suns to be in this position. The Lakers are using their playoff experience, their championship experience, to beat the Phoenix Suns, to have the lead right now. And so what the Phoenix Suns got to do now is come out, be more aggressive on defense to trigger their offense, because this is a walk. See, this is a walk in the park for the Lakers. They want to walk some, run a little, walk some, run a little. And the Phoenix Suns, they want to run, but they don't get that chance right now.
They need more of Barkley. The one run, it was obvious that Barkley was the stimulus in the 1-8-0 run that really brought Phoenix back into the game. Yeah. Let's look at the Miller Genuine Draft halftime statistics. And the three-point shooting, the Suns set an NBA record with most makes on 3 points, but here in the first half, the Lakers 4 for 8, and Phoenix only 1 of 3, all of those by Marley. Byron Scott the key for Los Angeles, and Divac is 3 at the end of the half, giving Los Angeles the 2-point lead at the intermission. On the other hand, for the Lakers, dismal free throw shooting, only 44%, and Phoenix actually low as well. Divac having his problems, 2 for 6, 9 points in the game. So we're ready for the second half. The Lakers, the Suns trying to prevent the Lakers going home 2 games up. Westfall.
Thanks, Dick. Coach Westfall, I know you guys haven't been running as much as you'd like. How do you get that transition game going in the second half?
Well, you have to get takeaways and rebounds to do that, and we're going to start a quick team out there and see if we can get our defense going a little bit and maybe blow this game open.
You guys aren't shooting particularly well, just a little over 39%. Do you think your guys were pressing after losing that first game?
They may have been pressing a little bit. The whole talk at halftime was to tell them to relax, and it's the worst things in the world than losing a basketball game, and if we play our best, we think we'll win. So we're just going to let it fly here.
Okay, thanks. We'll look for that in the second half. Dick?
Thank you, Hannah. Let's look at the leading scorers first half. Byron Scott and Barkley matching 10. Dumas had 10 early, was quiet in the second quarter. Divac with 9. And quick team translated means it'll be Johnson, Barkley, Marley, Dumas, and Chambers will start the second half for Phoenix. The Lakers counter with Campbell, Threet, Divac, Green, and Scott.
But quick doesn't necessarily mean better defense, though. See, with Mark West, you got a shot blocker in there. Now you have no shot blocker. And also, who's going to guard the postman inside of the Los Angeles Lakers, that being Vlade Divac? So this is going to be an interesting matchup right here. See what happens.
Little passive press right off the bat as Divac brings it up, and that may be an indication of some strategy as well. Maybe they'll be pressuring the ball, Phoenix.
You got a mismatch inside, Dick, with KJ on Vlade. On Eldon.
Byron Scott misses the 3, and Barkley with a rebound. 11 rebounds for Sir Charles. Dumas. Divac. And here it is. They walk it up.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, walk a lot, run a little.
Chambers on Divac. Green from outside. Chambers, and it's knocked away from the backside by Divac.
Both men did excellent moves. Chambers pump fake, went around Vlade, but Vlade then reaches right around him and knocks it out of bounds.
Barkley just does save it from a backcourt violation to Chambers. 8 on the clock, and Chambers has it stripped away. And they say to Los Angeles off the knee of Chambers.
Well, Barkley right here does the tightrope situation now. Did he walk? Well, he walked, and also his foot came down, so he was in the backcourt. So that was really Laker ball anyway.
Picky. Slow pace, along with everything else by the Lakers, helps to take the crowd a bit out of the game here in Phoenix.
Yes, it does.
At Dumas on 3.
Well, they switched.
Now Sedale with Chambers. Goes left, doesn't hit. Marley rebounds. Still no score here in the second half. A minute and a half gone. Dumas left alone. It's tied at 45. 12 for Dumas to lead Phoenix. Campbell to Divac. No basket.
You know, it looked like the Lakers don't seem to know what they really want to do here. What plays they really want to run. You know, they were sharper in the first half, but right now, in these, first 2 minutes, they look like they're confused on what they want to do.
Barkley with the foul, his second. Campbell, Green somehow saving, or did he? Nope, on the line.
You see, they're not sure what it is they want to run, who they want to post, how they're going to pass out of the double team. So you got guys in unfamiliar territory and situations right here, and that's why neither team has scored.
Evan Johnson, and Phoenix leads 47-45. Johnson with 10 on his return, and Randy Funn seeing just what you're seeing, Magic said, let's get organized. 9:37 left in the third. We're back in Phoenix, and just before the timeout, look at James Worthy, 32 years old, 11 years in the league. They call him Big Game James, and he knows these are big games, and look at him
spiriting his teammates. Let's go. He's very much into the game, and in fact, physically is now, as Fun inserts him into the Laker lineup. 47-45 Phoenix.
You like to see that out of your veterans and out of a guy who won 3 championships already.
Good defense by Barkley, and he forces another Laker turnover.
Well, it's been a struggle right here for these, 2.5 minutes here for the Lakers. They're really not in sync. They seem disorganized right now, and they're going to have to really settle back into this game, because if they let the Phoenix Suns get out on them, it's going to be trouble for the Lakers.
You go back to the end of the first half, the Suns are now 12-3 on this run. Lakers yet to score in the second half. Barkley, and Dumas is fouled.
Good call. A.C. Green went up under Richard Dumas and caused him to really drop the ball.
Second on Green. Marley will play it from the side.
You know, Childs is doing an excellent job of reading the double team and making a pass out of it.
Now he's going to go one-on-one against Campbell, and Campbell wins that matchup. 3 minutes and 10 seconds into the second half. Lakers yet to score. And Worthy hits that runner.
That's his patented move. Come across the middle, and he can do so many things. Finger roll, hook, semi-hook, jump shot. So he has a lot of weapons in his arsenal.
Dumas to Barkley. Suns with a lot of inside passing down close.
They're good. They're a good interior passing team. They really can read the defense well and then make a good decision on who to pass it to.
49-47 Phoenix. Worthy with 8 points in the game. 4 on the shot clock. Dumas, good rebound. Barkley hustling down court. Boy, does he give you effort.
But the change of hands at the last minute was just fantastic. See, what's happening now, the Lakers are settling for jump shots now. And when you settle for jump shots and you turn the ball over, that's when Phoenix is at their best.
Reed off the glass makes it 51-49 Phoenix. 7 for Sedale Threet. 28 less than on Friday night. KJ answers for the Suns. 12 for him.
You know, Sedale Threet didn't even put a hand up. He had both of his hands down at his kneecaps. And that's why it made it an easy shot for KJ.
Oh, knocked away and went right to the Lakers. Worthy, he was fouled by Dumas holding.
Well, you want to see a big man on a fast break? Check out Charles Barkley. Now watch at the end here. He changes to the left hand. Ooh, what a move. You know, to be so big and so strong, but yet so agile and so smooth. That's a hard combination.
And tough and confident.
Yeah.
Eldon Campbell with the left hand, and he has 9. Three ties in the game, 4 lead changes. There's Barkley, and he's got it. And then says to A.C. Green, what are you doing here?
What are you doing jumping? Don't you know I'm Sir Charles? Yeah, KJ pointed at me. He got that. He stole that one from me. See, we used to do that play on him all the time.
Going to his left and Threet way off, and Barkley, the do-all man for the Phoenix Suns. Rebounds, sets to the table. Oh, my.
This is Charles Barkley's game.
4th foul on Byron Scott. Barkley, end-to-end, just racking up numbers. You just fill the column, put Barkley's number in there. Here he stuffs.
There's a lie right there telling AC, don't bother to jump. I'm going to dunk it. Don't worry about it. Fake like he's going pick and roll, but he goes back door. Boom. And then he comes right back. Big man on the move. Makes a great pass underneath to Richard Dumas. He gets fouled and a chance for the three-point play. You know, sometimes superstars see that their team is struggling, the other players. So then they decide, hey, I got to win the game. I got to make the plays. And that's what Charles Barkley is doing right now.
Biggest lead for the Suns, 6 points at 57-51, led by Barkley, 16 and a dozen rebounds and 3 assists. Divac left alone on the double team, and boy, the Lakers shooting not even close.
You know, they're starting off the half like they ended the half. They were bad, a bad ending to the first half, carried over to the third quarter.
Marley with the left hand, and the Suns lead is 8. Time out.
Well, here comes KJ penetrating. Nice bounce pass to Marley. Now, this is a difficult play because he shot it with his left hand.
Suns by 8.
Incorrect. Game 3 is at Chicago Stadium. The Hawks trying their best to even things with the Bulls, who handled them easily in Game 1, winning by 24 points. Michael Jordan arriving earlier today in Chicago. He had 35 points in 29 minutes in Game 1. Dominique Wilkins, the last man to lead the league in scoring other than Michael 7 seasons ago, and second in the league behind Jordan in scoring this year. Each averaged better than 30 points a game. Dominique Wilkins arriving for Game 2. He had 24 points in the Game 1 loss. Let's go back to Phoenix as the Suns and the Lakers continue.
And the Lakers with a very cold third period, Bob, as the Suns have heated up after shooting under 40% in the first half, hitting 8 out of 10 here in the third quarter.
What it's doing is because their defense, Phoenix Suns defense, have picked up. They just called a turnover right there again, and the 33% by the Lakers represent good defense by the Phoenix Suns, and at 80% offense because they're running now. They're getting layups and dunks.
The foul was called on that last sequence by Tony Smith. Wide open. Tom Chambers, and it's a 10-point lead for Phoenix, who have outscored the Lakers 26-9 since the Lakers led with 4 minutes to go in the first half. They had a 7-point lead at that time. Look at Dumas running to Divac. Really tightening the defense. The Suns, Green goes for the jam, and the foul on Barkley, his third.
Did he go for it? Whoa! Here's KJ with that dribble penetration. Excellent pass to Chambers, and you know he finishes off. Then you come right back. AZ saying, child, you dunked on me. I'm going to try to dunk right back on you.
Only the 7th point scored by the Lakers here in the third quarter with a 4:50 left. Sedale Threatt returns to the Laker lineup. AC Green has 6 points, 9 rebounds.
Looks like Lakers are in a trap right now. Half-court trap. Now they're back to man-to-man.
8 on the shot clock. Kevin Johnson with Tony Smith. And it's off Chambers' hands. Pass had a lot on it.
A lot on it, but it was catchable. Us passers, we think all balls we throw are catchable. The Lakers need a hoop.
Oh, Divac spinning quickly to get it. He has 11.
Dick, that was the first play they executed. The first play of the second half that they actually executed and got something out of it.
61-55 Phoenix.
Marley driving hard. Dumas, does he ever throw him down?
And hard. Right on Vlade Divac.
Dumas was 16. That's his season average. And that gives him a tie. Barkley and Marley with a steal. With Johnson. Stripped. Sedale Threet picked it off. Threet.
See, he was going to his right that time. See, he can't shoot as well going to his right. That's why
Threet is 3 for 10 today. He was 17 for 24 on Friday night. Tony Smith left alone. He has his first goal.
Man, what a change of events. Dan Marley, he was licking his chops. He knew he had to lay up. Sedale came out of nowhere and knocked it away from him. They come right back, the Lakers, and score.
Whoa! Watch out. Divac faked in the air and coming down hard on Barkley. And even Charles showing he doesn't want to indicate that that might have hurt a bit, but you could see he was wincing. Third on Divac.
Yeah, because when you're up in the air like this, watch Charles, when you're up in the air, you can't, see, you're not braced enough to take that pounding, that beating that Vlade gave him, so it was tough for him. And he did the right thing, maybe get himself together, because that blow he took was a hard blow.
That's Barkley's first free throw attempt of the game.
See, watch it. See, he jumps and Vlade wrapped him across the face and the head, and Charles just took the time to say, okay, let me get myself together. And usually Charles is the one who give out blows like that.
And may return one to Vlade, the favorite.
Oh, don't forget, he's put it in his memory bank, Dick, and he'll try, if he gives a chance to hit Vlade back, he'll get him back.
AC Green out, James Worthy in. Divac, Chambers had lost him, so Divac takes it hard to the iron, and it's a 5-point game. 13 for Divac to lead the Lakers. Smith had it for a moment. Chambers saves with 3. Rebound Campbell. The Lakers push the ball up court. Worthy. Smith.
Nice pass. Nice decision by Vlade. See, the pace now came back to the Lakers. For the last 3 possessions, the Lakers had executed well. They passed the ball, they took their time instead of shooting quick. And that's why they're back in this game right now. But we're going to come back. Now, watch how many guys touch the ball. That's 1,
2, Worthy's the second.
3, 4, back out. See, that's what you have to do to beat Phoenix. Move the ball around. Take your time.
And so the Lakers down by 10 midway through this third period, and they have pulled within 3 at 64-61. And next up, the third game of our triple header, the Atlanta Hawks in Chicago at the stadium against the Bulls and Michael and the defending champions. And I thought Michael, and some of his comments, Magic, it was interesting to hear him say, you know, everyone, fans are guilty, and those of us in the media are guilty, of already putting 2 teams in the finals. You know, already it's going to be, you know, the Bulls and the Knicks in the East, and then it'll be Phoenix. And we forget about all these early games. And what is developing is a lot of teams going, the underdog going home now, 1-1.
Yeah, you're right, because see, what happens is you go by the record and what a team has done during the regular season. And you can throw all that out the window. These teams don't care. The Lakers came here and they come into play. It doesn't matter if they had the worst record of all the playoff teams. They are giving the Phoenix Suns a fit. And right now, it doesn't matter, no matter who you are. Look, 1-1, Clippers, Houston, and you can go on and on. And I'll tell you what, watch, Atlanta's going to win one of these games from Chicago when they go back to Atlanta.
Nets and Cleveland are 1-1.
1-1. This is probably the best, in terms of all the teams, the best parallel that you have in the NBA right now.
Charlotte and Boston 1-1. San Antonio and Portland 1-1. So next week is going to be intriguing. You have to figure that out of that, there's going to be one of those underdogs that are going to knock off a top team, a top-rated team.
This is what the playoffs are all about, though. That's why the fans wait for 82 games to get to the playoffs.
God bless them.
Yes.
2 minutes to go in the third. Phoenix with the ball and a tenuous three-point lead. Chambers gets the bounce. Tom Chambers with 10. He had 18 to back up Barkley on Friday. Lakers have hit 4 in a row. Not now. Worthy can't make the tip. Barkley there. Smith finally gets the foul. No, they say it was on the ball. No, foul now is the call. Smith just slapping at Barkley as his second.
Well, that's one of those fouls that he was trying to take a chance to steal it or knock it away, but Charles is too big and strong for you to do that, and he just ended up really with a silly foul.
Chambers, the old man from Utah, can still shoot.
This is a favorite play. They've been running that pick and roll play with Tom Chambers ever since he came over here. And if you double team KJ, he's going to always spot that being Tom Chambers and go for his jump shot.
It's Worthy for the Lakers. Short. Divac tips it in.
Beautiful tip, too. Beautiful tip.
15
Wonderful.
for Vlade. Final minute. Third period.
Now the Lakers switched on the pick and roll. Now you have two mismatches. Vlade on KJ as well as Tony Smith on Chambers.
Barkley is everywhere.
Yeah.
And then Kevin Johnson throws it away, looking for Danny Ainge in the corner.
Well, what happened was Danny was there, then he decided to go back door, and by the time that happened, KJ had already threw the ball. You know, this pace is really messing up Phoenix. It's really got them just, they don't know what to do. They don't know how to up-tempo the game because really they're not a pressing type team. And so that's what's really killing them right now.
10 on the shot clock. Vlade to Worthy with 7. 3 with 5. Worthy a three-point try. It goes underneath to Campbell for the reverse dunk.
Vlade Divac calls that, though. He the one who tipped it down to Eldon and made this a one-point game.
12 seconds left in the quarter.
Oh, excuse me, a three-point game. I'm sorry. 68-65.
It's Dumas from the side, and 1.9 seconds. Richard Dumas has 18. And that no time runs off there. Ball wasn't touched.
Yes, it was. James Worthy hit it. James Worthy hit it.
The fans want the ball down at the other end, but if Worthy touched it, indeed, it goes back into the Phoenix backcourt.
Right.
Well, Westphal, winningest rookie coach in NBA history with the 62 wins. Broke Bill Russell's 60. Barkley counts and it goes! The shot put by Barkley. Give me another chance.
Yes.
Oh, the round man really put on a show in that third quarter. Racking up numbers, and Phoenix leads by 5. Outscoring the Lakers by 7 in that third quarter to take a 5-point lead to the fourth quarter. And Phoenix unbeatable when they led at home going into the fourth period this year. Barkley over Campbell. Campbell, good defense.
Excellent defense. And then also the other players, too, because they denied any other passes, so it forced Charles to take a bad shot.
Mark West back in on Divac. With 3. Divac over the top. 15 rebounds now for Sir Charles. Marley for 3. Campbell.
He pushed Charles. He got away with a push. Eldon did.
Tony Smith inside, and he's fouled by Marley. His third.
You know, it's funny that we sitting here watching this game and seeing the second half that both teams struggle in the half-court game. You know, I'm just realizing that when it's up and down for both teams, it's good basketball. But today, both teams are struggling in their half-court basketball game. They're not executing as well. And then they have to, as well as both teams are taking shots when the clock is winding down.
And the Lakers not executing at the line either. That's 9 out of 20 free throw shooting for Los Angeles.
So that's 11 points, and they're down, 5? So that's 11 points that they're missing.
That's what killed Portland in Game 1 against San Antonio. Kevin Johnson inside to Barkley. Ainge. And finally Divac comes out of it with the melon for Los Angeles, and Divac with 10 rebounds. Doug Christie played his college ball at Pepperdine, twice the top player in his conference, and can't quite get that high lob. Johnson now 2-on-2. Marley. Boy, he's been cold from three-point range, 1 for 5 after 0 for 6 Friday. Took more than anyone in the league this year. Off the side of the board, and Green. Oh, look at that Christie jump, and a foul on him.
Yeah. See, you know why Dan is struggling? Because there's no rhythm to this game. See, there's no flow, and it's making everybody struggle. There's a foul. There's Christie grabbing Charles' arm, but there's no flow to this game. So whoever gets the flow first will win this game.
Miller Genuine Draft presents Genuine Moments.
Today's Miller Genuine Draft Moment, 1990. These two teams met in the playoffs. Game 5, Western semifinals. Magic Johnson on fire. The second consecutive game, he hit for 43 points. But it wasn't enough. Kevin Johnson strikes for 37, lifting the Suns to a 106-103 victory. The Suns win the series 4-1, advance to the Western Conference Finals. In recognition of the Miller Genuine Draft Moment, Miller will donate $1,000 to the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund. Kevin Johnson with 14 assists today. Danny Ainge, and neither team has hit a field goal yet. Lakers 0 for 4 in the fourth quarter, and Phoenix 0 for 6.
Now I think fans are starting to realize why I said that it'd be half court. The game slows down in the playoffs, and that's why I picked New York, because of their half court defense. You see. Because this is what happens when the playoffs come. The game slows down. You struggle in your half-court game like both of these teams are struggling right now in their half-court game.
Kevin Johnson. Phoenix has its first points of the final quarter. Good game for Johnson. 14 points, 14 assists on his return to the lineup.
He played a good game and a good, strong game.
Eldon Campbell working on Barkley. 7 on the clock for 3. Moves left. Can't hit it. And A.C. Green, did he push off? Nope, it's against the Suns.
You know, that time, though, Sedale 3 did get away from Kevin, and Kevin stumbled because his leg gave out on him in a sense. And so it's not 100% that leg, but he's doing, he's playing really well. He's not like he's favoring it at all.
Last foul was on Marley. Gives him 4. Byron Scott to Divac. A.C. Green. Boy, is he tough on the offensive end, and he draws a foul.
You know what the Lakers are struggling? All jump shots. The couple of baskets they got was going to the basket, but they're struggling because of jump shots. AC is just a tremendous offensive rebounder. This is why everybody wants him in this league, because he does all the dirty things, and he's the hardest worker in the NBA.
Barkley got the foul, and he has 4. AC has a dozen rebounds, only 6 points today. Wow. Unbelievably bad free throw shooting by Los Angeles. 9 for 21.
And normally, when I was playing with the Lakers, we were a good free throw shooting team, and especially in a pressure situation like you're in today.
Danny Ainge out, Mark West in, as Paul Westphal goes to some size. One out of 2. A 4-point game. 8.5 minutes left.
This is a dangerous game for the Phoenix Suns because the Lakers keep hanging around,
Barkley working on Eldon Campbell.
You know, whether the Lakers win or lose this series, if they lose the series, teams are going to look at these films and use the same strategy on Phoenix. You can believe that.
That's an excellent point. Eldon Campbell not close. Good defense by Chambers. Here come the Suns, 1 for 8 in the fourth quarter, and yet still in front by 4. Trying to even the series.
This crowd has just practically gone to sleep.
Foul out on the floor. And that's going to be a technical foul against the Lakers. Campbell. There was a foul called in the corner. Play continued. Campbell ignored the first whistle and making the play, a technical called on him.
Yeah, what happened was they called the foul, the whistle blew, then he proceeded to just push Kevin backwards, and it looked more than it was, but you got to call that play.
So Chambers shoots the technical. Sedale 3 committed the foul, and then that one will be shot. Oh, even Chambers, a solid man from the line, unable to hit. He's hitting 84 on the year. There's a foul right there.
Yeah, that's a foul, whistle blow. Now, you can't do this anymore. See, that's the old Lambeer play. The Detroit Pistons used to hammer you down on the ground. That's who caused them to call fouls like this after the whistle now.
Chambers, and that'll be goaltending on camera. So 6-point advantage for the Suns. Don't know if that one would have gone in.
No. See, mistakes are beating them right now. Mistakes and confusion. They don't know what they want to do.
4-3 on the shot clock. Scott has to force a jumper and hit it.
And that was lucky. I mean, if he doesn't hit that shot, that's another bad offensive possession for the Lakers.
Game 3 at the Forum in Los Angeles on Tuesday night. And there's 3 picking off. He saved it for Phoenix. And Chambers scores. Marley made that play. The Lakers were going the other way, down by only 4.
See, Byron Scott had the ball in his hand, but what happened was Dan Marley dove on the ground and took it from him. A mismatch both ways. You got Vladdy with Kevin Johnson on him.
3 seconds. Marley a foul out on the court, and that'll be his 5th. So Paul Westphal in a bind. Marley, such a tough defender, hustler, with 5 fouls. Westphal contemplates a change when we come back. That's beautiful topography here in the Phoenix area, in this valley, mountains that surround it. And this arena, state-of-the-art, America West Arena, 19,000 plus. And this one not over yet for the Phoenix faithful. 6.5 to go, and the lead is 6, and the Lakers have the ball.
Dick, out of the 12 years I've been in the playoffs and played, I've never seen the #1 seed and the best team in basketball who has the best record struggle like the Phoenix Suns have been struggling, not only today, but in Game 1. This is the first time I've ever seen this happen.
Danny Ainge has replaced Marley. Marley with 5 fouls. Eldon Campbell connects, and it's down to 4. 13 for Campbell.
If those games in Los Angeles was not sold out before this series started, they will be now. They would definitely be sold out there.
Some of the old folks will say, maybe we ought to come out and believe a little bit in the Lakers.
That's right.
Ainge. Boy, that's a tough 18-footer for the veteran. His first points of the game.
Very tough. That was only somebody like Danny Ainge with that much belief in his jump shot would have taken a shot like that and then also make it. So they needed a basket, and he provided it for them.
So Freet looked back at his coach, Randy Funn, who was yelling instructions. Campbell forced that one. Out of bounds to the Lakers. Chambers touched it last.
See, you said it. See, Sedale's looking back at the coach. It's too late. When it's 10 seconds on the shot clock, you can't look back at the coach. This was a bad shot by Eldon. Probably his first bad play in this game. See, right now they're having too much confusion on who's going to do what, who's supposed to be where, who they're going to go to for their offensive input in this game.
Three-point try by Scott, and he was just waiting and begging for the ball and has 15 in the game.
Well, what happened, Danny Ainge, see, when you start to help off of Byron Scott, you make him really effective then because he can sit there, set his feet, and shoot.
Quick hands by Worthy to snatch that one for the Lakers. They'll go on the attack, down by only 3, under 5 to go.
Look at the pace of the game.
Lakers out shooting Phoenix from long range, and the Suns, that's their game. Worthy. Campbell with a huge jam over Barkley.
But with the left hand, Dick. It wasn't the right hand, it was the left hand.
Timeout, Phoenix.
And the Lakers smell it right now. They've been playing bad, and they've been hanging around and saying, hey, we maybe can do it. Here comes Eldon with the left hand. Bam!
Punctuation mark.
Well, you think the Lakers don't want to win this game? You think they don't have pride? Well, they're celebrating. Watch James Worthy, a veteran. He's looked like a little kid out there, a rookie. And they smell it, too. And what I've seen in this game, Dick, is the fact that, look at the bench celebrating. I haven't seen yet the Phoenix bench rally behind the guys, pump them up. But the Laker bench have been alive the whole game.
4.5 minutes to go. Phoenix by 1, in danger of dropping the first 2 games of this series. Go to the go-to man, and Campbell got a piece of it. Barkley was waiting for the whistle. Worthy at the other end. 3.
Layup, but...
Oh, the Lakers had 2 excellent chances for the lead.
And that was like a layup shot for Sedale, and he just blew it.
Barkley with 20 rebounds in this game. Wouldn't go in for him. Green, they're going to call traveling on that. Looks like Green got the ball down on the court as he stumbled, but...
He stumbled, though. After he got it, he did stumble. You called it right. Watch here. Once he gets the rebound, Tom Chambers came up on him and made him stumble. See? Good call. Good call by the referee. Right in front of the Laker bench. They didn't want it, but it was a good call.
3:45 to go. Phoenix 78. Lakers 77. Good pressure defense.
Good defense.
Chambers over Campbell. Can't hit. Worthy bats it out, and the foul is on Worthy, I believe, pushing off.
Yeah, he pushed Childs. It was a good foul by James because if he didn't push him, Childs would have had a follow-up layup or dunk shot.
Now, Magic, who has the best home record the last 2 years? What team has the best home record? Phoenix does. They've lost only 11 times in 2 seasons, and yet they're close to flirting with losing twice in 3 days at home.
Well, you know what happened? This is what happened to this team. This team won 62 games. They swept the Lakers 5-0 in the regular season. They thought that the regular season they thought the playoffs are the same as the regular season, and it doesn't happen like that. They have not changed their game or their attitude toward the playoffs because they did win 62 games.
Tried the three-pointer, so the Lakers have had some chances for the lead. Here's Barkley, Chambers, and a foul. Byron Scott's 5th foul.
You know, for the first time you see the crowd is scared and this Phoenix team is scared. They don't know what has happened to them, and neither does this crowd. So everybody's on pins and needles right now. And I think that Westphal is saying to himself, what's going on? What can I do to get these guys going?
Chambers, 1 for 2 now from the line, has 17 points. And timeout called, a 22nd timeout by the Lakers with 2:57 to go. The difference in the game, back to the basics, the Lakers' failures at the free throw line. They've made 10 free throws out of 22 attempts in the game, and yet are only down by 2.
These Lakers have come and played basketball. They have gained the respect of everybody in this league for these last 2 games.
You know, when you said that, Laker pride, I just thought, I can understand your bias and the fact that, with your heart all those years with the Lakers and the pride and the way, the manner that you performed. But your point really is well taken. It's one that when you get veterans like Worthy and Scott and A.C. Green who have known how to go all the way through this and win a championship, they don't just say, hey, because we had a losing season, let's go home. Let's pack it up now, back up the truck.
It's 2 teams that you can say that. It's Celtic pride and Laker pride. When you win that many championships, it's got to be something to put on that uniform. And they have displayed that in these 2 games.
Chambers rather unsteady on his release, but he hits them both. Key free throws and a 3-point lead for Phoenix. Divac saves with now only 6 seconds. 5 for 3. Scott. Worthy. It counts.
Oh, man, 3-pointer. And somebody must have been talking to him on the Phoenix bench because he pointed to him and said, yeah, I knocked it down. Oh, what a game.
Worthy ties it with 2.5 to go.
Who would have ever thought this?
Marley turns down the 3. Chambers loses his footing and they tie him up.
The Lakers are playing good, no, not good, great team defense in this sequence in these last 2 minutes.
Boy, this is Worthy desperation. The buzzer went off while the ball was just out of his hand.
Knocked it down, the veteran. Look at him looking at the bench and pointing.
Uh-oh, Barkley and Scott fighting for position. Meanwhile, this crowd, as if it collectively took a knockout punch, they're just staggered and stunned.
Man, disbelief. This is unbelievable. Nobody can believe this. You know the country cannot believe this.
All right, Phoenix with a chance and a new clock.
Fans around the country just can't believe it either.
Danny Ainge to Johnson with 10. Oh, he threw a wild pass through him.
Oh,
Ainge goes down. That's twice. Someone has slipped. Oh, Bob.
Oh, man. This is something, Dick, I've never seen. See, this is what I'm saying. They can't react to winning 62 games. They can't react to being the best team all regular season. It's too much pressure for them to handle.
80 all. Very low scoring, 1.5 minutes to go. And the Lakers really win 2 in Phoenix. Divac.
Oh, man. This is unbelievable. I can't believe this. This can't be happening. This can't be happening. No way. No way.
Well, here it is. There's a replay of it.
Here's Vladdy with the hook, and they're celebrating. Look at him. Boy, the Lakers have come in here and stunned the Phoenix Suns.
He blew you a kiss. You taught him that shot. Why would you want to coach or be an owner when you're having so much fun calling these games?
Well, I definitely want to own a team, but Phoenix right now, everybody's missing. So you have to decide now, who do I go to? But you know what's happening is they're having a struggle for the first time. They've been in a dogfight here, and they're not responding well. So this is a big, big play for them. And see if they respond.
Shooting less than 25% in the fourth quarter. They're 4 for 17 and down by 2. Less than 1.5 minutes to go.
You know you got to go to Charles to set the table for himself or somebody else.
Good defense by Scott on Ainge. And here's Charles Barkley with 10. Double team. Forces the shot. And Divac rebounds for the Lakers.
Good defense.
Final minute. Lakers by 2 with the ball.
Now they need a basket here. Now they got to execute whatever it is they're going to run. They're going to have to execute that play.
This is a team Phoenix 31-0 when leading going to the third quarter, which they have in Divac.
Oh, fouled on the play. This is Lakers execution. They executed the play. Vladdy spun quick on Tom Chambers. They they went to the mismatch here. Because normally in a play like this, they will go to James Worthy, but they decided to go to Blotty because he had Tom Chambers. He went to the baseline and got fouled. See, the difference here is experience. Phoenix is not using their experience, it seemed like, where the Lakers are using their playoff experience to execute down the stretch to try to win this game.
Divac has been miserable at the line, 2 for 7 now, a 4-point game.
They need a basket here, but also they need a quick basket too as well.
Kevin Johnson to Chambers, over Divac. And a foul. Barkley got the rebound, his 21st. Divac.
Will they be going to the free throw line here?
Divac was the man who tipped the shot, and it's Sedale Threatt with a foul. His fourth.
That was a huge miss by Blotty at the free throw line. Now Charles hit these two. They're gonna, with 34 seconds on the shot clock, they're gonna get another possession and another shot. So this game is far from being over. But he has to hit these 2 free throws first. I'm sorry, Dick.
That's right. He's 1 for 2 today, so his opportunity certainly not as frequent as normal. That means the Lakers will have at least a 3-point lead, but against the team that shot more and made more three-pointers than any club in the NBA this year, although they've been icy in the 2 games against the Lakers.
And plus, who hit one, Dan Marley hit that miraculous one against them to win that last game of the regular season against Phoenix. So, hey, anything can happen, especially in this building.
84-81 with 34.5 seconds to go.
Now let's see what the Lakers decide to do and what Phoenix decide to do defensively as well. Trap right here, timeout.
Good timeout called by Sedale Threatt, and the Lakers with 26.3 seconds. 10 seconds difference between game and shot clocks. The Lakers trying to shock Phoenix again. Welcome back, the Lakers with a 3-point lead in the final seconds with the ball. 16 seconds left on the shot clock.
Okay, what I would do if I was the Lakers, I would run the shot clock all the way down to the last second and then take the shot. No matter what happens, take it with 1 second on the shot clock. That means once the ball is in the flight, you might pick up an extra second. Then once it hits the rim, you might pick up another extra second. And then by the time they get it, it might be 8 or 7 seconds. But I would run it all the way down. No quick shots right here.
Earlier you saw the Knicks overcome a valiant effort by the Pacers to win. And here a potential stunning upset again by the Lakers, and more to come. Atlanta and Chicago. The Suns 0 for their last 8 field goals. Let's see how they play it defensively. They need a big turnover. Marley on Green. Worthy left wide open. He'll take it to the hole. No, just as you said. Down to 8. Byron Scott nails the 15-footer. And it's a 5-point game.
They're coming right back quick.
Kevin Johnson aims for 3. Doesn't get it. Dumas for 3. This is everything. Worthy embraces the ball.
They letting them win it. This is the crowd is booing. They cannot believe it.
The magnitude of this. The Suns, who lost only 11 times in 2 years at home, have lost twice to the only team in the NBA playoffs with a losing record. The Suns, who won 31 times, didn't lose once when they led going to the 4th quarter. Lose today, and the Los Angeles Lakers go home 1 victory away from knocking out the winningest team in the NBA. Oh my. 86-81 Los Angeles. Game 3 of our NBA tripleheader. The Atlanta Hawks, led by Dominique Wilkins, meet Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. Anything can happen. For Magic Johnson, Hannah Storm, Dick Enberg, the NBA on NBC continues.